pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock ticks life away. So unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the window. Trying to hold on to didn't even know I wasted it all just to watch you go. I kept everything inside, didn't even know I tried. It all fell apart. What it meant to me will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Hello, welcome to EZCZ Collectibles, and if you're not already, make sure you subscribe. I know a lot of you viewers aren't subscribed. I can tell by the amount of views I get and the count of subscribers I have. It doesn't even match. Like me and the size of my peak. Today we're going to be looking at Back to the Future, Marty McFly and Einstein. Now I know certain retailers didn't get this, but I want to make sure you guys give a good shout out to Comic Concepts. Josh over there is a really nice guy and does good things for you. So we're going to start off by liking this video. Hit the thumbs up button down below. That'll help me out of time in 1985 or wherever you want to go. It'll help you in your future. Exuberance, whatever exuberance means. But today, as always, we're going to be looking at a Hot Toys Back to the Future Marty McFly now and Einstein, sorry. Now, I'm not too much of a fan of movies like this enough to buy. Well, I like the movie, but I wasn't a fan enough to buy the figure. And I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and jump on it. I'm gonna see what it's all about, because if I don't like it, I could just resell it for triple the amount. You know? I'm just kidding. Don't do that, guys. That's kind of mean, because then Hot Toys reissues the figure, and well, here you go. So we're gonna take a look at this box here. Now this is nice textured. Oh, textured. Ooh, just found that out. Okay, that's not textured. But the box has nice detail throughout. I love the artwork of this box. It's very different from what we usually get from Star Wars, because Star Wars is very dictated. But this looks very nice. It has a very vintage feel, like a very collector's item feel. And I like that. I like that because it's, you know, it represents what this is all about. So it's like a collector's item. I like it a lot. So going through the box, it has very nice colors, vintage look, like a very 80s, well, obviously 80s. You're kind of getting a peek of what's going on over here. Back to the Future at the side panel, very nice with the DeLorean coming out of Time Tour 85. And then the back of the box, which you don't have a Disney sticker, you have a Universal sticker, which is pretty cool. I like the Universal one a lot more for some reason. Marty McFly and Einstein collectible set, M&M's 573, BTTF, Bite the Thing. And then the other side, which is pretty much the same thing, back to the front. Boom, we have the DeLorean, looking absolutely fantastic. I love it. Will we get the DeLorean? Will we get this DeLorean in the future? Maybe. I think it's coming. You know, with the current releases coming out and all that. Boom, where's the figure? I'll show you later. And here he is, Marty McFly himself. Something fell. Marty McFly himself. Now, this is going to be a very different review. I'm not going to touch anything on this guy. Given the fact that I have perfected the pose, articulation is very, 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 very tight and nice. It's good, it's great. We all know it's double jointed here and there, not hindered by any of the, basically any of the armor, as you would call it, the clothing and tailoring and such. Very nice details and other things that we can go over around zoom-ins. And then his Walkman is tucked inside of his jacket, which I can't get out now. I'm sorry, I'm a bad reviewer. So what? This is Einstein. And Einstein is a very pretty dog. This is pretty cool. At first, I wasn't sure how to take this guy because it kind of looked cartoony. it kind of looked cartoony in pictures and in reviews, but then when I have it in hand, it looks very realistic. I mean, that's like a dog right there, man. It looks pretty realistic to me. And in the bottom half, you have the little, there's no butthole, but you have paws and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Yeah, real hair on a dog, kind of weird. And then you have the split neck design, which you do get an accessory part to pop off the head and get the little stopwatch with Doc. So Doc has that little swap out part that you have to order him and get. So this would be a Marty McFly 2.0. I think we've had a couple of releases already. Here it is. This thing is pretty cool. I love you. It says it right in the back, like someone actually wrote it. I like it. And then you have all the clock tower, save the clock tower print on there. That's a very neat addition to the figure. I love it. It even has the color, like kind of like, you know, the gray color of that which a newspaper would have, which is pretty cool. Clock stopped at 10:04. Then you have Marty McFly's skateboard, and well, let me just zoom in for you guys because I'm not gonna go taking this guy apart. His skateboard, which is very, very cool and well done. I have to say, it's one of the best accessories this guy has because, I mean, it's Marty, it's his skateboard. I mean, he's known for stuff like that, right? And his hoverboard. So rolly wheels, the wheels actually have a dirty look to them. The bottom is that Marty McFly design that we come to know and love. And you can see his little good old sneaks right there. I mean, those are looking just dandy. I absolutely love everything about this figure. I did not see it coming. I did not see it coming with that. Now going up, we do see his jeans, which is very, oh my God, very nicely tailored. I have to say the tailoring on his jeans is, it's just impeccably pristine. I mean, look at the quality. It looks, the micro stitching going on Hot Toys. I'm renownedly impressed by the engineering going into such figures. You know, you just take a look at his puffer jacket, his little puff jacket, along with his book bag. Look at that book bag. I mean, that's a JanSport, straight out of high school, bro. Well, for me, straight out of high school. That's something. Real zippers. Zippers actually open, right? And then you have the camcorder, which he uses right there. That's also very nicely detailed. Now, I do recommend you guys make him hold the camcorder because this pleather part is dyed black, right? So if you hold the camcorder and when you move his hands, you're gonna have a black mark on his hands. I mean, that's just from experience. That's what I've had. So you're just gonna have a black mark on his hands. And then you go around, you can see the waist grabber. I'm gonna go over the base as a whole in a second. You can see the waist grabber right there. His jean jacket underneath, and then you see the little micro tiny details inside of his jacket. Oh no, inside of his jacket right there. It's like insane amount of detail through there. Now looking at his vest is wired actually, which is amazing, and I love that they done that. You can see his little pins in there that goes on his jean jacket. He has the other ones inside as well. I'm so sorry, but I just don't want to ruin this pose. I mean, just look at this pose. That is an amazing pose. So, with that being said, I really don't want to break this figure, nor do I want to mess up my pose. And although I'm a reviewer, I want to say I want to keep my stuff, you know, nice and dandy. So, going back around, we had the jacket and stuff going on. But look, I love that they made this wire all the way around. You can really pose that. I'm pretty sure the older version did not have the wire. But look at that backpack. That's insane, huh? Pleather around here. Now, I'm quite astonished that not too much, as much as it's here and there, it's not too much pleasure. It is a lot of pleasure. It's not too much pleather going around the whole entire figure. As you can see, most of it is actually cloth, tailored and beautiful thing. This is one strap, and it has this like little latch on the top of the book bag. I didn't cut it, so it wasn't paper, so I just didn't cut it. And then we move up to the head sculpt. As you can see, the Walkman, like I said, I kind of made it in a motion look. It looks like it's in motion. And then you have the headphones around his neck as well, right there. As you can see right there. And then we have the very controversial head sculpt. Now, this head sculpt, people a lot of people had said, you know, the first one was a lot better. While the first one had darker hair, a little bit of a differences here and there, I can see where guys would get mad, right? I can see where people would say, you know, that's not Michael J. Fox, you know, that's a totally different guy. It looks different, or it has a mix of everything. It's just, I think they did better on this, you know. I think the older sculpt had a more cartoonish feel, while, I mean, they did a lot better on the hair, obviously. I love the hair. But I think they did a more realistic take on Michael J. Fox in this one right here. I feel like it's done very well. Now, his eyes maybe is what's throwing it off, or the open mouth, or I don't know. But overall, you're missing the guitar and glasses in this one. But you get like Einstein in this one. So, is this a better release? Excuse me. I would say yeah. It's not a reissue. I mean, it's a perfect figure. I love the way everything works in this thing. Now, get to the very bad part. I absolutely hate that they reused this Back to the Future base from 1990s and 85. I mean, this flat black base is not what I would have recommended for the base of such a figure in a new era, you know? But is it sticking to the vintage look? I kind of dig it, Hot Toys. I kind of dig it. Was this intentional? I don't know. But it's sticking to that very vintage look. And it makes you want to go back and open up a Crystal Pepsi, right? It makes you think, right, Aries? It makes you think, is it possible? Come on, guys. You know, 6 Scale Cantina, a little shout out. But absolutely amazing figure, guys. Look at this. I mean, that figure is something different. I just happened to come across this pose out of just like maneuvering him around. And I was like, I'm probably never going to get this pose again. I have to keep this right where it's at. It's very risky if I just move it. So this figure, I'm really having to say, is a perfect 10 out of 10 figure. It's just a 10 out of 10. You can't give a figure like this anything lower. I mean, the head sculpts are going to be very personal. That's going to be an opinion that you'll have to make on your own. Other than that, accessories box, what he comes with, the dog, Einstein, matching with Doc whenever you do get him, that's flawless. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Absolutely everything from head to toe on this guy is amazing. I love that they did the neck split right there. I don't like the straight neck design on a lot of figures. Some figures it's understandable, but on such dynamic figures, you can't go doing that stuff. But this guy deserves a perfect 10 out of 10. Like I said, it is amazing. This is one of those figures you want to get out and pose. It's not those figures you just sit in a shelf and museum pose them and leave them. This is full of fun, guys, and this is what the collecting hobby is all about. The fun of posing, the fun of getting these figures and being happy and reignited again. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've had a lot of collectors tell me, you know, I'm falling out of the hobby. I don't know what it is. I'm getting bored. I think you guys need to recycle your Hot Toys. Recycle them. Get back into, you know, collecting different things. Collect different. Don't be so picky. I know it's coming from the guy that's extremely picky, but don't be so picky on him. I mean, just give your collection a chance. Here he is up close. Like, give him a chance. Like, I gave Marty McFly a chance, and now it's one of my top favorite figures. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I know this video might be uploaded later or whenever, but it's Thanksgiving today. But give your collection a chance and do something new for yourself, and you'll probably like it. I mean, if you can afford it, go for figures you wouldn't think you would go. Like the President Loki came out. I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it to see what it's all about. Because in the end, guys, you can always sell these things. You can always sell them and make your money back at the least, you know? So there it is right there. Barney and the clock tower. I'm sorry. Einstein. Einstein's looking good. He kind of looks cartoony, but when you really look at him from far, he's really good. He's really good. I'm glad they didn't go the Chewbacca route. I mean, they could have threw in the Force Awakens Chewbacca. I would have been fooled 100%. I would have been like, oh crap, that's Einstein. But man, oh my gosh, I don't know what else to say. You guys are still watching. The stand is okay. I can say the stand is okay. I kind of like the waist grabbing stand because you're allowed to do very nice dynamic poses without having to balance the figure, right? I just wrapped it around his waist and then sat him down at the height I wanted. It could hold him in midair if you wanted to. So it just held onto the skateboard because I put, longer down here, higher up there. I mean, look at the detail in his shoes. How often do you get that, right? How often do you get stuff like that? Look at the shoe detail. I mean, look at the socks. Look at everything, even underneath them. It looks just like Converse or something, or Vans or whatever shoes it is nowadays. Look at that. Absolutely sick. Absolutely sick looking. So, if you enjoyed what you saw here in Easy Company Collectibles, make sure you subscribe, like, and share the video. Now, we know the Back to the Future 3 figures are coming out. What are you getting? Are you gonna get Doc? Are you gonna get Marty? Are you gonna get just Marty? I think this figure deserves every bit of love that it had coming to it. I don't think it deserves any of the hate comparisons. I don't think it's any of that. I think this is much better. This is a more realistic look, a much better figure. You're getting updated accessories and tailoring and cool stuff. I mean, like, what toy company does stuff like this? I mean, that looks like a handwritten sign or a number or whatever. But that's it. I'm gonna end it right there. That's Marty McFly. I think this guy deserved the 10 out of 10. As you can see, it's just an amazing looking figure. So if you enjoyed it as much as I did, make sure you comment down below. Tell me what you loved and hated and whatnot. And I'll see you next time on the Figure Review platform.